Personality trait versus disorder. Personality trait, you would think, wow, what a friendly guy. What a generous person. Personality disorder, these things come in. Say, I don't know, he's kind of paranoid. You'd say, what a histrionic woman. All right, one's obviously has a positive connotation, one clearly has a negative connotation. And the big thing is that it causes impaired functioning. Not all of them necessarily cause distress. For example, a histrionic person or a narcissistic person might not always be distressed by their personality disorder. But it does cause impaired functioning. All right, so I crossed out cluster A versus cluster B, except I've never seen a question on that. The schizoid, is that cluster A, B, or C? That's not what they're going to test you on, okay? Plus, you know step one. You can have up to and more than H options. So you're not just going to have 3 options for one of them. They're going to give you a person, and they're going to say a lady walks into a bar, and she's wearing all this makeup, and she has her breasts exposed, and she flirts with the doctor, and does blah blah. And they're going to tell you, what kind of personality disorder, paranoid, schizo, blah blah blah, and you're going to have to say, histrionic. All right. So we had previously talked about schizoid and schizotypal. Schizoid is content with his social isolation, the kind of person who lives in the mountains or has like a very small apartment with no personal belongings really, works at night so he doesn't interact with other people. Big thing here, there's no psychosis. This person's not hearing weird voices, and he's not hallucinating, and he's not having these sort of things that someone with full-blown schizophrenia would have. But these are like I said, people, they go live in the mountains by themselves, don't want to deal with anyone. They're totally okay with it. They're content with the isolation. Schizotypal, remember the photo of Professor Trelawney? The magical thinking kind of person. All right, look at all my crystals. My crystals are giving off this blue energy, and you have to blah, blah, blah. Okay. Paranoid, of course, pervasive mistrust. Antisocial, big thing here, under 18, conduct disorder. Antisocial people with antisocial personality disorder, kill, rob, set fire to things, maim, kill animals, maybe kill people, don't really care. Borderline, people who they're very labile in their mood. They can go here, they can go there. As a result of this, 0 or 1 kind of state that they're usually in. Splitting, everything's either all good or all bad, major defense mechanism. These people also find themselves constantly in relationships. Usually they're getting abused or something because of this fear of abandonment. Of course, self-mutilation. If it's in a STEM and it's one of these personality disorders, almost always borderline. Treatment here, dialectical behavioral therapy. That'll be big. Histrionic. Gave the example earlier. Another example, and they always use women for this, for better or for worse. You'll have a patient walking up, and she's wearing like super red lipsticks, and her breasts are exposed, and she's wearing those fuck me pumps, and the whole time when she's talking to the doctor, she's licking her lips. It's totally inappropriate stuff. Sexually provocative. Always, always, always. With histrionic patients, you always have a nurse in there with you to make sure that no one can say any funny business happened. You keep things to the point, and you don't accept any sort of, flattery, or you don't go into that sort of stuff. You keep everyone on track. Narcissism goes without saying. Any criticism, this is the big one, I should have highlighted it. Any criticism is very, very, very harshly met. Nothing's ever their fault, and they refuse to see how anything could possibly be their fault. Big thing here, lack of empathy. They don't really care about how anyone else feels about anything. Now, it's of course different from antisocial personality disorder because, these sons of guns, they're not going around, killing rats and, well, I mean, that's a bad example. They're not going around killing dogs and maiming young children. And, maybe, this is the kind of person who obviously says, well, nothing could ever be wrong with anything that I do. It's always perfect. You must be at fault. Something like that. Big thing here, dialectical behavioral therapy for borderline personality disorder. It's different from all the other ones. Splitting. Schizoid versus schizotypal. And there we go.